You can now get all your favourite Boggle Sock shows, plus lots of activities and useful parent help suggestions in an ad-free app from www.bogglesocks.com. It's free to download and register, and there's a special offer for the first 2 months. What have you got to lose? Just go to bogglesocks.com now.
Not the shrinking cap, Grandpa!
Catch me if you can!
Grandpa! No! Be careful! Grandpa, stop! This is me, Jason Mason. And this is my grandpa, with his dog, Beowulf. We live here in Sunnysands. Here's my dad's bike shop, and this is our house. Oh, and here's my mum, doing one of her hobbies. Mum's always taking up new hobbies. One week it's karate, then it's salsa dancing, opera singing, and now her new hobby is growing vegetables. And more to the point, she's growing oddly shaped vegetables for the Sunnysands Odd Vegetable Festival.
There's no room to play Captain Dumbletwit Snap in here, Jason. The vegetables are taking over.
Look at this one. Don't you just love him? I'm going to call him Christopher.
Christopher?
We couldn't believe that Mum was now giving her vegetables names.
Isn't he beautiful?
Well, I wouldn't exactly call him beautiful, but he's certainly odd.
The odder, the better. There. I'm off to my gardening club. Look after all my babies for me, won't you? I won't be long.
So off went Mum, and Grandpa and I were left in charge of a carrot called Christopher and other odd vegetables.
Well, Jason, if we're going to play Snap, we better go outside. There might be more room there.
But there wasn't more room in the garden. The vegetables had taken over here as well. Oh yes, Mum had grown every sort of vegetable you could possibly imagine.
Right, I'll deal.
We just started on our game when we heard...
Cooey! It's only me!
Great Aunt Loretta, Grandpa's sister.
Ooh, I say, the vegetables are taking over. I've come to cook you some yummy supper.
What?
I'm going to invent a new recipe.
But Mum didn't say you were coming.
Well, Mum must have forgotten, mustn't she? I'm going to invent an odd vegetable stew with, wait for it, pickled onions, curry and custard.
But you can't use any of Mum's odd vegetables.
We're looking after them for her.
Don't be so silly. She can't need them all. Ooh. And this will do for starters. Whew. Right.
She has to be stopped, Jason.
I know.
And there's only one way to do it.
Not the shooting cut, Grandpa! You know when Grandpa shrinks, he can get up to all kinds of things. He can chuff about in our Sunnysands train. He can drive off in my car. He can get into all sorts of very small places. And often he runs so fast, you've no idea where he's gone. And I had no idea today. But there was no time to look for him. I needed to check what Great Aunt Loretta was up to. And she was up to no good.
Oh, I say.
No!
What?
Not Christopher Great Aunt Loretta. He's Mum's favourite.
Well, I'm not surprised. Look at his little legs. Woohoo! Mr. Mentor will love him.
Mr. Mentor?
Yes, Mr. Mentor, the inventor.
Now, Mr. Mentor the inventor lives in the lighthouse in Sunnysands. He's always coming up with really crazy inventions. Like this, the grassy buggle jumper. Only the bugs liked it even more than he did. Then there's this, the automatic haerostatic that gives you a new hairstyle every day. And this, the Huffer Puffer Pillow Fluffer. Everyone loves going to visit him in the lighthouse and trying things out. And he likes trying out other people's inventions too, which was why
I've invited Mr. Mentor for supper, and I'm going to invent a new recipe.
Oh, no, she's not.
Grandpa!
We've got to make sure that the vegetables really do take over, Jason.
No! But Grandpa jumped down and ran into the kitchen. Grandpa! Where are you going?
I'm going to start with the pumpkin. Where's me knife?
Grandpa shot up the leg of the table and hid behind the pumpkin.
Grandpa gone for a little lie down, has he? So lazy.
Grandpa was determined to get the pumpkin out of the way, but he wasn't planning this.
Me toe. Oh, me
Great Aunt Loretta is always hurting her toe.
Oh.
We have a pack of peas in the freezer, especially for these moments. Maybe the pumpkin doesn't want you to cook it.
Don't be so silly. How does a pumpkin know whether it wants to be cooked or not? I'm going to pick some beans, I am.
Grandpa jumped off the table and followed her outside. The doorbell went. I ran to answer it. It was Mr. Mentor, the inventor.
Jason, howdy-doody-do. Am I too early? I've been trying out this fabadiculous new watch I've invented. See?
Mr. Mentor doesn't only invent things, he invents words too. Oh, it is fabadiculous.
I know. Shame it doesn't work. Oh, my goodness. The vegetables are taking over.
My goodness! I've never seen such odd, wiggly-looking beans before, have you, Mr. Mentor?
Never. They are spectacularly wiggly.
I had no idea where Grandpa was or what he was planning.
They'll be perfect in an odd vegetable stew with pickled onions, curry and custard, won't they?
At that moment, I spotted Grandpa. He was making his way towards the beans. And just as Great Aunt Loretta leant forward to pick one, this happened. Grandpa was wiggling the beanstalk.
Good heavens, what's going on? The beanstalk's wiggling.
Wiggly beans on a wiggly beanstalk. How whizzer-woodlesome.
Maybe the beans don't want to be picked, Great Aunt Loretta.
Don't be so silly.
I think it's an excellent invention. A beanstalk that won't let you pick the beans until they're ready. Not just super, but super-duper.
Ridiculous.
I needed to give Grandpa time to get out of the wiggly beanstalk. So I showed Mr. Mentor some of Mum's other vegetables. And there's some of our chilies over there. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw Grandpa jump, run, and make his way back into the kitchen. I needed to get back in there too, and fast.
Oh, this is such fun. What's next? I can hardly wait.
Right. I'm going to start on me carrot. Where is it?
For a second, I thought Christopher had gone missing. But suddenly,
It's alive.
I couldn't believe my eyes. I'd have to make sure that Grandpa wasn't seen.
Brilioso! It's a fantastical invention.
It's a horrid invention. It's a horrid cavorting carrot.
Maybe it just doesn't want to be cooked, Great Aunt Loretta.
Don't be so silly.
Whoever invented it, Jason?
Grandpa. Kind of.
Wonder Bubble. Absolutely wonderful!
I knew what was going to happen. Careful, Great Aunt Loretta!
Help! Help! Save me, Mr. Mentor! Wheel me away from the carrot! Quick! Oh, wheel me away from the carrot! Oh.
I really thought it was time for Grandpa to stop. Grandpa, stop! But he was having such a great time. I could see another disaster coming. He was heading for the pond. Watch out, Mr. Mentor!
On my way!
I quickly picked up Grandpa.
Whoops! Did I get a bit carried away?
I put him in my pocket. Then I grabbed Christopher. At that moment, Mum arrived home.
I'm home. Oh, Jason, you've been looking after Christopher. How kind.
No, put me up!
Oh, dear. Problem?
Problem.
Oh, what are you doing? Oh.
Oh, am I glad to see you? Oh, the vegetables were taking over. The wiggly beans wouldn't stop wiggling.
I whipped Grandpa out of my pocket and put him down on the floor. He took off his shrinking cap and came back to his normal size.
Oh, that was a close one, Jason. Still, at least we stopped Loretta from cooking Mum's odd vegetables. Do you know what I call that?
Teamwork?
Teamwork.
In the end, Mum cooked a really yummy supper.
What a day for inventions, eh? That wiggly bean bush. Oh, you should have seen it.
Really?
Spectacular. And the clockwork carrot.
Clockwork carrot, eh?
Truly fabuliculous. You are a great inventor, Grandpa.
Inventor? Grandpa? He doesn't do anything except lie down.
Oh, don't I?
Happy Hairy family and Hairy Land, and we're the Hairy Fairies, telling all the stories
And singing in a band.
We had a little accident with our magic and turned the world hairy.
Oh, how dreadful!
We ran out of spells in our hairy fairy tree.
But they don't care.
They love to be hairy. Hairies, finding all the laughter in Hairy Land. Ma, Pa,
And Minnie.
and don't forget there's Nana.
And Chihuahua, the hairy cat.
But up on the hill in Chateau Shampoo, there's Boris Boo-Hoo.
And voices too.
Boris is trouble, you wait and see. But they don't care, they love to be hairy. Hairies. Oh, well, Wiggy, I'm always glad to get back to the hairy fairy tree after an adventure. What's that smell?
Hi! Can you smell what we can smell? I've got it! It's the sweet-smelling frillyfuzz flower. That's what, Quiff. Hey! There's a whole patch of them right there in the curly-swirly meadow.
Oh, the rarest flowers in Hairyland growing right there in the meadow. Hey, that reminds me. Do you want to hear a story about the frillyfuzz flowers?
Of course they do. Well, one day we were flying around Hairyland on our Popper Picky looking for adventure. Popper Picky. Picky, picky, popper me round Hairyland. Round Hairyland.
I am quick
And I am Wiggy
with a hairy fairy band. In the Ha Ha Hairy's garden, Ha 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 was in an extra specially happy mood.
Because he'd grown these.
Frillyfuzz flowers.
Oh,
Just then, we landed in the flower bed. Pa had grown the frilly-fuzz flowers from seeds.
And today he was going to plant them in his garden.
Yes, this was the day Pa planted the frilly-fuzz flowers.
The bristly whistler in the hairy pear tree was proud of Pa.
Oh, Papa, yeah. Ma was proud of Pa.
Even Chihuahua was proud of Pa.
Now, up on the hill at Chateau Shampoo, someone else could smell them. Can you guess who?
Boris Boo-hoo, what's he gonna do? Boris wanted to know what the lovely smell was, so he grabbed his hairy stary and looked out of the window.
He saw the frilly-fuzz flowers.
Rubbish.
Oh, yes. Boris thought that the rare, sweet-smelling frilly-fuzz flowers would make him lots of money.
But how? What Boris needed now was a plan.
Boris needs a plan, he needs a plan as quick as he can. He needs a plan, he needs it quick.
He needs a plan, a clever trick.
What'll it be?
What'll it be?
What'll it be? Frilly-fuzz flower soap! That's what Boris could make from the frilly-fuzz flowers.
Frilly-fuzz soap makes bath-time fun. Lots of lovely bubbles for everyone.
Use it in the bath.
Use it in the shower.
You'll smell as sweet as a frilly-fuzz flower.
You will, oh yeah, you will. Oh, you'll smell as sweet as a frilly-fuzz flower.
So now he had to get hold of the flowers. The only problem was Chihuahua was in the garden, and Boris hates Chihuahua.
So he rang the Boise bell.
Which wasn't a cool idea because
That happened.
Boris told Boise to go and ask the Hairies if he could take Chihuahua for a walk.
Boise didn't know why Boris wanted him to do this. But he was very happy to do it anyway.
Back in the Hairies' garden, Ma and Pa were wondering where to plant the frilly-fuzz flowers.
Ah! The flower bed! Of course! We're in the flower bed!
Not for much longer, we're not. Hold on tight.
I am!
We took off on our Papa Picky and landed in the window box.
And Pa started to plant his frilly-fuzz flowers.
While Ma and Pa admired the frilly-fuzz flowers, Boise arrived.
Ma was always pleased to see Boise.
Could he take Chihuahua for a walk? Of course he could.
If Boise takes Chihuahua for a walk, Boris will be able to get the flowers.
Yeah, that's Boris's plan, Wiggy.
I don't like Boris's plan. So off went Boise and Chihuahua.
And we were right about Boris's plan.
Because just then, he came tippy-toeing into the garden.
Oh, miss.
He started to dig, but someone was watching.
The bristly whistler. And she didn't like it one bit.
Boris knew that Ma and Pa would come out any minute because the bristly whistler was making such a terrible noise.
And he was right.
Pa saw that someone had been digging in the flower bed.
He looked around for somewhere safer to plant the flowers.
Ma pointed to the window box. We're in the window box, Quiff.
Not for long, we're not.
While Pa got his spade, we did this.
Whoops!
Soon, the flowers were in the window box.
As Ma and Pa went inside, Boris came tippy-toeing out again. But then he heard...
It was Nana!
Nana admired the frillyfuzz flowers and even picked one. Then in she went.
And out came Boris again.
Meanwhile, in the curly-swirly meadow, Boise was having a lovely time with Chihuahua.
And it was about to get even lovelier. 'Cause who should arrive but...
Minnie-ha-ha! And you know what Boise's like when he sees Minnie?
He dropped Chihuahua's lead. And off Chihuahua ran.
And off they went after him. Boris had got all the flowers into the wheelbarrow, but then who should he hear but...
Chihuahua!
Boris went into a panic. The kind of panic that makes you hide in a furry fir cone tree.
Then Chihuahua and Minnie and Boise arrived.
And Ma and Pa and Nana came out to see why Chihuahua was barking.
They all saw the frillyfuzz flowers.
Who could be trying to get them?
Ma said that they needed Chihuahua to guard the flowers.
And that's when Pa had a brilliant idea about where to put them.
3 cheers for Pa!
Shush!
Boris thought it was a terrible idea.
Because Pa had planted the frillyfuzz flowers here!
On Chihuahua's doggy den! Now Chihuahua can guard them all the time.
Oh, that is so cool!
3 cheers for...
Shush!
They all went inside again. But Boris was furious.
He couldn't have the flowers, but maybe he could have the seeds.
He ran to the table and grabbed the seeds.
Then he ran as fast as his skinny-malingy legs would carry him.
The others all came out because they'd heard Chihuahua barking again.
What a great frillyfuzz flower guard dog he was.
Boris ran as fast as he could through the curly-swirly meadow.
He was going to grow his own frillyfuzz flowers and make frillyfuzz flower soap. He was so pleased with himself.
But not for long.
He spilt all the seeds.
Which is why there's a big patch of frillyfuzz flowers in the curly-swirly meadow. I'm going in for a nap, Quiff. You'd better go and guard the frillyfuzz flowers.
Me?
Yep.
Why not you?
Because you can bark better than me.
No, I can't.
You can.
I so can't.
Oh, yes, you can.
You'll be calling me Chihuahua Quiff next.
Maybe I will because I'm